Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. I have gone through John Githongo's article in the Standard, and that story has just blown my mind. By the end of this Supreme Court case, I can surely tell you that Kenyans will have a different understanding about our electoral system. Because honestly, there have been the praises of election was free and fair. But I think it was too simplistic to be understood, or rather it was too simplistic for anyone to believe. I have picked the Standard. This is the Standard, page 10. I want to invite you to, and I'm not advertising the Standard, but I want to invite you that if you're still within town or somewhere around town, go and get this newspaper. This is the story. Whistleblower says a team was recruited to manipulate the results. So let me take you through the contents of this. This story was published by John Githongo, and it is excerpt of it was published by the Standard, but it's an excerpt from John Githongo's affidavit. John Githongo is a corruption crusader and was the whistleblower in the Anglo-Leasing. I remember by then he could go to Kireti Murungi's office, by then with a lot of recorders all over the body, and do recordings. They were auto-downloaded from the UK. Then when he realized these people will smoke him, he had to fly out of the country. Now when he came back, he's the current CEO of Inuka Kenya Misisi, and was saying that his organization sent observers all over the country to oversee the election process. And so a young man he met in Bastian Hotel Suites in Argun's Kodhek Road told him that he had some some important information he had to share. But because of the security of the gentleman, he decided that the man will still go speak under anonymity, so that he cannot be known. And of course, in such cases and even such media reporting, this is normally allowed because there is no story that is worth your life, and you must always protect your source. So this is not a man you can underrate. Now he is saying that the gentleman he met, Githongo is saying he wants to play a whistleblower's confessions in private in order to put the commission on the spot about whether Forms 34A were tamper-proof and could not be manipulated anyway. Because one of the things is how they are going to prove that the forms were not manipulated. So Githongo is saying, according to this gentleman, that the man stated that the task they were to do, there were 56 people that were employed in that place, and 10 were supervisors. So the guy who is speaking here is amongst the 10 supervisors. I really hope that is going to be safe. And I'm glad that also he gave this story on anonymity so that people don't know him. And this is what blew my mind here. The task is said to have been receive Forms 34As that were sent to their server or platform. The team, that team was known as the team, used the platform to edit the forms before uploading them to the IBC portal. While the other 46 people were assessing, entering, and manipulating the entries, he was one of the supervisors. The task was to collect Form 34As from Kiems Skits and send them to their server platform, which was called Uchaguzi Tallying, and used the alias Uchaguzi 2022. After receiving the data, They will edit the Form 34As in accordance with instructions given and then upload the edited and Form 34As into IBC portal, Githongo claims. Now, according to him, and I remember I questioned, I once, when I did analysis, I was wondering how it was possible to edit the JPEG forms. And if people who follow the bold, my position was, I was not appreciating this narrative about hacking, because I could agree that an edited, that the JPEG could be actually edited. But now this is where my answer is. According to the former anti-graft crusader, the forms were sent in a picture format, then converted to PDF format and uploaded to IBC portal. Githongo said the man confessed that the team had been indoctrinated and that they needed to be freed from dynasties that included Raila Odinga. He was told that they had access to the IBC servers and that the goal was to manipulate the numbers. Where? Now, for example, he says, Form 34As from Baringo, Tiaty constituency, the witness revealed that the numbers were changed from 0 to 35 and had 2 stamps. The one for IBC and the other for the team. Wait. That Tiaty constituency, that the numbers were changed from 0 to 35 and had 2 stamps, one for the IBC and the other for the team. Now I have some few I have a remark, interpretation I want to draw from that, and it's a question that I wanted to think around. But before I ask that question, I talked today with the presiding officer. This time around was not in the process. I just wanted to know what is the process of uploading Form 34A. Form 34A is the form that was uploaded at the polling station. Now, at the end, after getting the results, the Kiems kit had 2, I don't want to say, is this softwares or something? One for voter verification. Then there was an RTS. RTS, I think, is a real-time system where it was, you put it, inachukua kama picha, you inapiga hiyo picha, then you just click send and it will go directly. So this is my point. The Kiems kit did not use bundles. Neither was it using Wi-Fi. So it was using network. I want to believe network kama hii ya Safaricom. That's where there was a question of 4G, 3G, 2G, and whether those ones use satellite. So Kiems kit, the Form 34A ilikuwa inaingia kwa Kiems kit. I want to honestly ask a question, and this is what IBC should answer. Who was uploading the Form 34As from the Kiems kit to IBC portal? That should be as simple as 1, 2, 3. Who was there an intermediary? Because the truth of the matter is this: if you guys tried to upload Form 34A in the IBC website, I remember I tried when I was doing my mock. I just wanted to know how the process is. I tried for Baringo County. There were 839 MBs to upload. That shows you that the documents were very heavy. So just like the press releases, just like the court orders and the contracts that IBC uploads in their website, the portal I want to believe was a web page that was created in their website. So who was uploading? Because I don't think without the Wi-Fi and the bundles, without even on the network, internet, I think that's the word. Without this internet, there's no way you could download in the portal. Kiems kit did not upload directly to IBC portal, because Kiems kit, when the presiding officer is uploading, there is nowhere IBC portal shows that inaenda kwa IBC portal. inaingia kwa server ya Skits. And this borders Azimio's case that someone was in a position to retrieve data from the Skits, then upload directly to IEBC portal. Someone in this case, if someone is listening to me, I think the commission should explain who was uploading the data from Skits to IEBC portal. Because Azimio team are saying that there was an intermediary. Intermediary edited the data. I want to say this was so simplistic. Guys, so what are we saying? I can say something. Yeah? That when Kenya Kwanza were actually complaining about government interference, it was reverse psychology. In real sense, William Ruto is a smart politician. Take this to bank. I think if this was done in a favor of his win, then he's not a lightweight. He's a smart politician. Now, guys, the question that I know everyone else is asking is now that this, what Githongo is saying, and this data is going to be there, what kind of weight does it going to add into Azimio's case? And I want to explain how this is the impact of this expose on Azimio's case. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and like our video. I still want to remind us about 50 shillings Sarah's challenge that is going on. We extended by more 15 days, so we'll be doing up to 5th September. As of today, I had gathered close to what? Let me just find out for us here. Yes, 63,000. Yes, 63,200. Yeah, 63,200. So that is 3 days. I believe that yes, with the 15 days extension, we'll be able to achieve it. For those who may be new and they're watching for the first time, we are running a 50 shillings challenge fundraiser for one of our subscribers here. It's part of our corporate social responsibility, supporting the society who suffered. She suffered acute leukemia and she was locked in Kenyatta Hospital with the bill taking to 1 million. So we have been conducting the fundraiser. We did the first 21 days challenge. We gathered 679,000. So we did an extension. After also the balance remained 215,000 because part of it, 150,000 was paid by Britam Insurance. So I want to still reach out to us that I believe that on 5th September we'll be in a position to remove Sarah from the hospital. We're collecting a steamboat and through this number 0710 62 78 89, it will appear Kevin Olo. I also urge us to reach out directly to Sarah. Her number is Sarah, it will appear Sarah Onyango. Her number is 07 16 357 360. I am one man that was insisting that Azimio case needed the euphoria. And Githongo's expose with the whistleblower is going to add strength into the hacking narrative, or rather into the hacking case against the IEBC. One of the things that I have said that will become difficult for the Azimio lawyers to show, or rather to prove to the bench, to the Supreme Court bench, is evidence of hacking. Evidence that there was hacking. But with such, I like it for once, the public will have time and opportunity to scrutinize. With an audio clip emerging in the middle of a hearing, it already creates the euphoria from the society. And then it creates the variety of evidence, because not many people are going to sit for long listening to the big English by the lawyers, by the learned lawyers. Some people will actually, most importantly, grasp the audio and have an understanding. As simple as this, presiding officer his role was to upload in the Kiems kit. So the question is, who was uploading from the Kiems kit to IBC portal, because the Kiems kit did not upload directly. It cannot be as easy as someone in the middle of a forest uploading, then it shows immediately. There was a server for the Kiems kit, and that's why the Azimio team are actually going for audit of the Kiems kit. It's in coherence with Githongo's expose. Number two, this also brings into focus audit of UDA Parallel Center. Me and you and someone can tell us. Dennis Situbi went live, I think it was the day before, I think the day of the election. The following day when there was, when Azimio La Umoja bloggers had already came out saying that Raila had won. And he showed people what according to him was operations of their parallel tallying center. And they have actually insisted that Azimio did not have a parallel center. I can categorically confirm to you, Azimio had a parallel tallying center here in Nairobi. That one I can confirm to you. They had parallel tallying center. It was working. Of course, the location is not important, but they had a parallel tallying center. So, it actually audits what are their results. And someone should then find out if they did the audit, what were the results? Because IBC gave their figures and Azimio La Umoja gave their figures, but I don't think UDA gave their figures. Neither did they. While Raila is saying he's been denied, the UDA wing are not saying that, okay, Wafula Chebukati is talking about this, but even us we won, but we won by this percentage. There is no voice from their end on what Wafula Chebukati announced. So someone should also try to look at that now. Githongo's expose seems to link Ruto team directly to this, but it puts a focus on the Kiems kit server. Where was the Kiems kit server? Okay, I happen to have known a server. A server is one computer that connects other computers. For example, if you go to a cyber, the person who is operating the server is using the cyber is having one computer that acts as a server, so that it connects the rest. So number one thing, there was one server that was connecting all those Kiems kits, or maybe Kiems kit of a region or something, but there was one server that was connecting the Kiems kits. So the question is, this puts the focus on where was the Kiems kit server, who was in charge of the Kiems kit server, and it puts, because that is the drop zone where Form 34As were dropped. After being dropped, you get another one. Now, this is important because this must have been a coordinated process. Guys, what do you really see in this case? Because it adds into a lot of the evidence and adding into what Azimio team are talking about. Now, this reminds me of this narrative, and I have listened to people focusing on telling Raila Odinga that Form 34A, and by the way, to say the truth, and this is not being partisan, UDA bloggers and social media battalion, the Twitter battalion, ran with the narrative that whether you use calculator, whether you use scientific calculator, whether you use your phone, or whether you use what, the Forms 34A in the portal are final as of polling stations. The truth of the matter is, there is a probability that those forms are not final. And there is a question of signatures. You know, it's very easy. As an agent, yes, it's true Azimio La Umoja did not have agents all over. But is that already a window enough to do the dirty work? We cannot prescribe people's behavior. And so, if Azimio did not have agents in some areas, and those are the areas where malpractice was done, it's very easy to let the UDA or these other candidates to sign, then send the form, get it manipulated. Some some are sent and manipulated because there is no way the agent was not there. But I want to believe that just coming out to explain that something happened mischievous is already enough to show the country a fraction of what happened. So that by the end of the day, even though it might not have a big influence on a big significance, or rather tilt the final tally, but it shows that this is something that happened. So even these figures should not be accepted. I don't know what you think, guys. Lastly, let me remind you about Scholars Bin. Do you have an exercise book or a uniform or a book? Do you have a book or a uniform that is reused, recycled, or refurbished? Then this Scholars Bin is an amazing platform, education platform, and other education materials where you can sell these reused or recycled items, books, and uniforms with at no cost, but you charge according to your estimation. So you're the one who it's easy. You just get into the site. I want you to use the link that you can see in the description. It's also at the description section. When you click the link, it's a referral link from the board. Then you sign up. After signing up, we want to see you guys uploading those books and selling. It's an actual place you sell at no cost, not like other websites. At no cost. So if you have that book, it's idle there. You know it can help someone. You have that uniform of a secondary school or somewhere umemaliza shule. You can upload that and sell so that isaidie mtu mwingine instead ya hiyo kitabu kukaa hapo, and it's just going to be a dustbin. Okay, so figure out and let's help. Let's embrace the Scholars Bin. That's my bold.